Namaste Wolfpack! Welcome to our yoga class together. I know some of you were able to do the yoga classes that we put up on Seesaw over the last few weeks, and we've been following a journey through the chakras. You can always go back and have a look at those videos if you want to, if you haven't been able to do them. But we're going to press pause on the chakras for this week because it's Science Week. So we're going to do a little yoga sequence based on the four main elements: earth, water, fire, and air. But before we do that, let's breathe together. So sitting up nice and tall, however you're comfortable, as long as you've got a nice straight spine, and maybe close your eyes. And let's breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. One more. Breathe in and breathe out. So today we're going to use our sun salutations as our warm-up. People who like to do what's called Ashtanga yoga, which is a style of yoga, that's what they would use as their warm-up. But they do it every day. So we're going to take it slow and make sure we're properly warming all our muscles up as we go. So let's come to the front of our mats in mountain pose. Our toes are pointing forward. And let's just really feel the floor by lifting our toes up a little bit, lifting our heels up a little bit. Make sure we can really feel the floor. And then lifting our hearts towards the sky. Take a breath here. And breathe out. And then we'll breathe in and reach our arms up towards the sky. Spread your fingers and really stretch your body all the way from your waist to your fingertips. And at the same time, imagine you're pressing your feet down into the earth. Stretch your fingers, maybe look up towards your fingers. And then we'll take one more big breath in here. And as we breathe out, we'll bring our hands together, we'll bend our knees, we'll fold all the way forward. Keep your knees bent. And then really hang heavy here. Hang your head really heavy. Let your fingertips just be floppy on the floor. And take a lovely big breath in here. And a lovely big breath out, still nice and floppy. Make sure your head's nice and loose, maybe shaking it from side to side a little bit of nodding. Feel how heavy your head is. And then take one more breath in. And then we'll plant our hands on the floor, so bend your knees even more, and then stretch one foot all the way to the back of your mat. And then your other foot all the way to the back of your mat. Spread your fingers and press away from the floor. Maybe draw your tummies in a little bit, and then maybe you can pulse your legs a little bit like this. Stretch through your legs. And then we'll drop our knees to the floor gently. See if you can keep your elbows into your side. Try not to let this happen. And we'll lower all the way down. Here we go. All the way down. And then stretch your legs away from you and really root your legs down to into the floor, like we were doing with our feet. And rest your forehead on the mat and take a breath here. And breathe out. Now I want you to keep your legs planted, and from your hips, keep those planted as well, gently pressing into your hands, keeping your elbows in. We're going to take a breath in and just look forwards just a little bit so our shoulders and our head come off the floor, a baby cope. Take a breath in here. And as you breathe out, lower all the way back down. And move your hands back a little bit, so about where your ribs are. Still keeping your elbows in. Tuck your toes under. Take a big breath in here. And as you breathe out, press into your hands. Lift your bottoms. Come all the way up into downward facing dog. Spread your fingers. Lift your hips to the sky. You can bend your knees. Draw your tummies up towards your spines, just a little bit. The most important thing is to keep those hips high, high, high. Keep breathing here. And then maybe you can bend one knee even more as you straighten the other leg. Oh, good stretch for the leg. And then switch, bend the other leg, straighten the opposite one. Maybe do a few of those, just straightening through your legs, reaching one heel towards the floor. Maybe one more each side. Keep pressing away with your hands and lifting up with your hips. And then we're going to walk our feet towards our hands, back to our floppy, floppy raggy doll. Hanging heavy. And then the next time you breathe in, bend your knees, reach your arms forward, all the way up. Stretch, 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 stretch to the sky. Now we're going to do something we haven't done before here to get a little twist in, because you know I like my twists. We're going to breathe in here, and as we breathe out, we're going to bend our knees and open our arms out to one side. It doesn't matter which side. Arms left to right, a little twist in our spine, bent knees. And then we'll breathe in to come back up. And I'm going to turn my back on you as we go the other way. Bend your knees, reach your arms left to right. Breathe in to come all the way back up again. And breathe out to lower your arms down by your sides. So that was one round. We've only got 24 more to go. I'm just kidding. One more to go, a little bit faster this time. When you're ready, take a breath in and a breath out. Here we go. Breathe in, stretch up. Breathe out, fold forward. Breathe in here. Breathe out here. Breathe in, step one foot back and the other foot back. Lower your knees down and breathe out. Keep your elbows into the sides all the way down. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, look forward, head and shoulders from the floor. Baby cobra. Breathe in here. Breathe out to lower all the way back down. Breathe in, tuck your toes under, move your hands back a little bit. Breathe out to press into your hands, lift your bottoms as high as you can get them. Bend your knees. If it feels nice to straighten your legs, by all means, but make sure those hips are still going high. Take 2 lovely breaths here. Breathe in. Spread your fingers. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then we'll walk our feet to the front. Hang in a floppy raggy doll. Nice bent legs. And then breathe in. Press the floor away. Reach your arms all the way up to the sky. Breathe out here. One more breath in. Bend your legs, twist your bodies, reach your arms left to right as you breathe out. Breathe in to reach all the way back up. Breathe out to go the other way. Bend your legs. Breathe in to reach up. Breathe out to lower your arms down. Take your hands and put one on your heart center and one on your tummy. Close your eyes or look down and take a big breath in. A big breath out. 2 more like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Notice your tummy move. Notice your heart beating. And notice how you feel. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. And we'll move on to our 4 elements for our elements practice. So the first one is earth. And there's one pose that really embodies the sense of earth, and that's mountain pose. So standing with your feet as wide as your hips and your toes pointing forward, your heart lifting to the ceiling. I want you to bend your knees a little bit. Nice soft knees. Take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, push the floor away from you. So you're not straightening your legs, you're pushing the floor away from you. And you're really connecting with the floor. Really feel your feet on the floor. Lift your heart, maybe close your eyes, and stand as tall as a mountain. Take a breath in and a breath out. Send your breath down into the earth. Another breath in. Breathe your breath down into the earth. One more like that. Breathe in. And send your breath down. And then open your eyes. We're going to do another pose for the element of earth, and that's tree pose, which I'm pretty sure all of you are experts in by now. So we're going to stand in mountain with our hands on our hips, and we're going to slowly transfer our weight onto one leg, doesn't matter which. We take a breath in, and as we breathe out, we're going to lift the opposite leg off, and we'll maybe catch it here below the knee, and then stand up nice and tall and lift our heart to the ceiling. Or maybe you can turn your knee out to the side and place your foot on your shin or up on your thigh, not your knee. If you're feeling super wobbly today, keep your foot on the floor and just rest your ankle, your heel on your ankle, and then lift up out of this leg. I don't want this. I want to push the floor away again, like we just did in mountain. And you can bring your hands together in front of your heart, or you can grow your tree. And if you wobble and fall over, remember you have to smile and just come back. If your feet are going crazy, that means they're getting stronger. Take one more breath. If your knee's out to the side, bring it forward and release that leg down. Give your legs a bit of a shake. Remember which leg you stood on first. And we're going to do the other side. So hands to your hips. Take a big breath in. And breathe out and transfer your weight to the opposite leg. Another big breath in here. And as you breathe out, lift this leg up. Maybe you stay here, holding onto your leg, lifting your heart to the ceiling. Or maybe you turn that leg out to the side and place it on your thigh or your shin. Or keep that toe on the floor, or rather toes on the floor. And then none of this, lifting up out of that leg, lovely strong leg. Feel the energy coming up through the ground. Maybe bring your hands into Anjali Mudra, or maybe grow your tree. Maybe even wave your branches. And keep breathing. And keep smiling. 2 more breaths. Breathe out. 1 more breath. Keep your hearts lifting. Breathe out. Bring that knee forward if it's out to the side. Foot comes down. And give your legs a little shake. Good stuff. Our next element is water. And we're going to make a wave in the room. Maybe you're all in a circle and it's going to look like the most beautiful wave. But to make this wave, we have to remember our earth element as well. You've got to really keep your feet planted on the floor so you don't get too carried away, because we're going to be swinging our arms. So remember your feet firmly planted to the floor, a nice soft bend in your knees. We'll do it slowly at first and then we're going to speed it up. Be careful with the person next to you. Make sure your arms stay down by your sides. Here we go. What we're going to do is breathe in and lift our arms up overhead. And then as we breathe out, we're bending our knees, we're folding forwards, and our arms are coming behind us. And then we breathe in again, push the floor away, reach up. Breathe out, fold forward, arms come behind. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, forward. If you're not already doing it, join in with me. Breathe out. It's a bit like a skier almost. Inhale. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then we can start to get a bit quicker. Breathe out. Breathe in. Keep your feet firmly planted. Just go in your own pace, breathing in to come up, breathing out to come down, breathing in to come up, breathing out to come down. Now keep going. Keep your feet planted. Keep breathing. Keep going for maybe just a few more seconds. If anything's been bothering you today, you can get rid of it as you go down. Breathing in, breathing out for 3 more seconds, for 2 more seconds, 1 more second. Make this your last one. Reach up. Slowly bring your arms down. Without looking down, bring your feet together. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Close your eyes. Breathe. Notice how you feel. My heart's going like the clappers. Don't know about yours. Okay. Moving on to our fire element. We're going to come down to the ground. Now we've got 2 options. We're going to create the fire in our bellies. So can you all pull your tummies in to make you feel sort of stronger, more balanced? Not too much, not like, just a little bit. So it's helpful to do it as you breathe out. So breathe in, and as you breathe out, pull your tummy in. So not so it's rock hard, we're not going for 6 packs, but just so that your body feels a little bit more stable, a little bit stronger. And we're going to use that in our 2 poses. So you've got a choice of 2. The first one is plank pose. Spread fingers, one leg back, the other leg back, pressing away from the floor, pulling that tummy up, and we're just staying here and seeing how that feels. Or maybe we can walk forward a little bit to the front of our mat and back a little bit. And the longer we stay here, the more heat our body will start to make. And you might feel it here. If plank's not for you today, boat pose it is. You need your tummies perhaps even more for this one, and you need to lift your heart to the ceiling. You start like this, and you can keep it here with your toes on the floor if you like, or you can lift them up, leaning back a little bit on your bottom, pulling those tummies in just a little bit, lifting the heart to the ceiling. You can keep your hands here, you can have your arms out here, you can play around with your legs. But again, you're going to build up a little bit of heat in your tummy as you do this. So quickly choose which one you want to do. And here we go. If you're on boat pose, sitting here. If you're on plank pose, maybe start on all 4s, and I shall do a bit of both. So plank pose first, reaching our feet back, pressing the floor away, drawing our tummies back. Maybe we can pulse our feet, and then just see if you can stay here for a while and notice the heat building up in your body. If we're doing boat pose, lifting our hearts to the ceiling, maybe our arms are out to the side, drawing those tummies in to support us. If it gets too much, please, 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 if you're in plank, lower your knees. If you're in boat, lower your feet, have a little rest. Maybe you want to try both. You get a bit of heat in the legs here as well. Keep going if you're feeling super strong today, or rest. I'm going to finish off with you guys in plank for 5 more seconds, 4 more seconds, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees and your feet to the ground. Find yourself a comfortable seat. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And then sitting up nice and tall. Our final element is air. And air lends itself, obviously, to the breath. So we're going to fog up a window. But the window is our hand. And we're going to keep it quite close to our face so that we can feel the heat from our breath and maybe the moisture from our breath. So there's some mindfulness there. And then when we've fogged up our window, we're going to think about something that we want for ourselves this year at school. We've all just come back to school. Well, most of us. I know some of you have been there. But it feels like a new beginning, I think, doesn't it? So let's think of something that we would like for ourselves this year. Something we'd like to achieve, or some way we would like to be. It can be absolutely anything. And then we're going to write ourselves a little note in our fogged up window on our hands. So when you're ready, one hand or two, it's up to you. Take a big breath. And then slowly fog up your window. Hands quite close to your mouth. We're going to do a few breaths here. Breathe in again. Notice the heat, maybe the moisture. Breathe in again. Nice slow breathing out. And then think of something you'd like for yourself this year at school. Maybe it's to finally crack the 9 times table. And we'll take our pen and write it on our hand. Notice how your finger feels on your hand. And then take a moment and close your eyes and really think of that wish, that intention that you have just set for yourself on your fogged window. So take a breath in and a breath out. And then open your eyes. Now it's time to relax. So get yourself comfy. You can lie on your back. That's my favourite position to lie for relaxation. But if you like, you can lie on your tummy, or you can curl up into a little ball on your side. It's up to you. So take that time to get comfortable, and we will have a final relaxation and a meditation together. So hopefully you're now nice and comfy, lying on the floor. And I'm going to read you a nice relaxing meditation, and we're returning to the first element, the earth element, because this meditation is about a mountain. So closing your eyes or keeping your eyes soft, and try to lie still. I know it's not always easy to lie still, but try your best. And imagine that in front of you is the tallest mountain in the whole world. If you climbed this mountain, you would be able to see all 4 corners of the world. Slowly, you start to climb the mountain, step by step by step. It's a really steep mountain, and it seems like it reaches up into the clouds. Keep going until you reach the very top. It's very windy at the top, but the air is so fresh, and you feel so far away from everything here. From the top of this mountain, you can see the entire world. It feels so quiet and peaceful up there. All you can hear is the wind blowing in your ears, and you can feel the cool wind on your face. Take a moment to enjoy the fresh air. Breathe in and fill your lungs with this clean mountain air. You can feel your nostrils tingling as you inhale, and it feels wonderful to be breathing in such freshness. Now with your mind, see if you can send some peace to the whole world from the top of your mountain. Stay very still and imagine all the people of the world below. Send them your thoughts of peace. Imagine there are thousands of rays of light filled with love and peace coming from your mind and touching the whole world. It is as if, for a second, everyone feels as if they're on top of your mountain. Experience this lovely feeling of peace. And you can climb this mountain anytime you feel upset or need a bit of peace and quiet. No one can disturb you when you're so high up on your mountain. Take another moment to enjoy that feeling of peace on top of your mountain. And then we'll slowly climb back down the mountain, come back into school, take a big breath. Breathe out and wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then slowly start to come up and find a comfortable seat. Take your time, have a stretch. Find some way of sitting comfortably with a nice tall spine, and you can keep your eyes closed if you like. And we'll finish by breathing again together. Here we go, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in and out, breathing in and out. Take a moment with your eyes still closed or soft. Just take a moment here. Notice how you feel. And then slowly, slowly open your eyes and bring your hands together in front of your heart center. Thanks for practicing with me today, SJS. Have a lovely day. The goodness in me sees the goodness in you. Namaste.